am in Arizona. I'm so excited. Cooking with my friend Patti. She's one of my dearest friends. We are sisters from another mister. She loves to cook. She loves the art of food. She loves flowers, all the things that speak to me. So I'm getting ready to make my 3-cheese mac and cheese. We're gonna use a different kind of noodle that I'm super excited about. I've got Gouda. I've got cheddar. I've got Maz. So thanks for letting me cook with you, because you know this is like one of my favorite things to do.
Well, I think it's my husband's favorite thing for us to do too.
My brother Andy, that we'll meet later on.
Yes, he will be.
He's actually, somebody's got to pay the bills, so he's actually working.
He's working.
Yeah.
So probably about like 2017, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Orlando for the School Nutrition Industry Conference, and we were in the bar area.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting there, and there was music going, and you were sitting next to Jeremy West from Colorado, who I know. So he's like, Patti, come on over here. So I'm sitting there. I had seen you from afar, like, you know, I had a girl crush on Vanessa from afar. And so I go to the bar, and you're talking, and we just started talking, and you're dancing around, you're like, come on, dance with me.
Yeah, like,
come on, and you got up and you're doing your stuff, and you kept grabbing my hand, and I was like horrified. I was like, don't make me dance, please don't make me dance. I have zero moves. I am like, I'm a white girl all the way through. I do not have rhythm. I have no like musical ability whatsoever.
To side to side. You're like, I can't do it. I was like, come on, do it with me.
And you made me do it in front of people.
Come on.
And you made me do it in front of people, which was horrifying. That's why, and but that was history.
Right.
Ever since then, I felt like we were immediately bonded. We have been like BFFs ever since.
Yes.
Then
and hard things.
Some hard. Oh yeah, we've been through
COVID.
great stuff, hard stuff.
Goodness.
We think about it like we are on the national board
together
with SNA.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Which made my life like great. Being on the national board with you, it was like life changing.
Yes, all of that. And then Clementine came into our lives. My great niece, who is so beautiful with those big pretty eyes, who's a Disney queen.
Oh yeah, she's a Disney
queen. I'm still not over that.
Yeah.
How do you go to Disney that many times and you're not even a year old? That's just
I know.
Incredible.
We're waiting for when she can be old enough to go to the bibbidi boppity boo critique.
Right.
Because I mean, you know, we just have to do it.
That's just the thing.
Yeah. We're split everything because we really like the Hamilton is our favorite. We go to the Hamilton in DC and just and we know exactly what we're look at us. Yeah. And then the whole time we're planning like where we're gonna eat next.
Right. So I can't do one meal without the other meal. So
then you also though, speaking of food, is you also made that surprise trip for New Year's here one year.
Oh!
And you asked me, you said, so it's New Year's Day, so you're like, okay, so what's your tradition to cook on New Year's Day? And I looked at you with a blank face, like, what are you talking about? You're like, what? And so we got in this car, went to Fry's, tried to find black eyed peas, had to like end up with canned
black eyed peas.
But that's when you met the guy that you were dancing in front of in the store.
I thought it was me, my husband, but I did.
Yeah, and so there was that, and we made that great meal with cornbread.
So that's when
pork loin and greens. Yes, and Andy, that was the weekend where all we did was lay on the couch and watch Hallmark movies.
Can we say that out loud? Can we tell people that's all we did?
Well, a finishing salt just brings out all the flavors, doesn't it?
It does. Absolutely, it does. So,
I mean, it's not always about the salt that's in the cookie, just a little bit on the top. But that blackthorn, best salt I've ever had in my life.
So let's get into this fabulous meal.
Okay.
Because we have our beautiful connection because we are sisters just by, just by God's grace. But we're gonna cook this incredible meal tonight because we don't want to go to a restaurant. We want to do it for us. Not overcook your noodles. That's the thing. She said, I rarely cook them more than 2 or 3 minutes. Well, I cook mine a little bit. What kind of noodles am I using now? And tell me why.
Capavetti.
Okay, that's Capavetti. And tell me why I'm using Capavetti.
I think it stands up well in a macaroni and cheese. It doesn't get too soggy.
Right.
It's a thicker one, so again, it will not pull all your moisture
from
the milk where you have that weird lumpy macaroni and cheese. And it's just fun. I mean, come on. How fun is that?
That is fun.
It's like a little corkscrew.
I love it.
That's why I like it.
Yeah. First of all, we were talking about Vee, but
Uh-huh.
I call
Oh, yeah.
her Brienne or Brie.
I know. When I first met you, I was like, I don't know.
How many daughters do you have?
I know. I was like, I'm so confused because she just called her Brienne, and now it's Vee, and I don't know who I'm supposed to be talking to.
She declared that she wanted to go by her her government name in 3rd grade, so I could no longer call her Brienne. She wanted to be Vee. Well, she's Brienne because she looked so much like her father when she was born, and his name is Brian. So her name is spelled with an extra E. Brian.
Oh, okay.
She hates when people say Brianna or Brianna because it's Brienne.
Okay.
Her first name is Vee, so that's French. She's named after my 5th grade teacher who saved my life. Okay, saved my life because I got U's and S minuses for because I talk so much. I know you can't believe that.
Honestly, Devin, we just liked the name.
Okay.
Andy knew somebody, like just a kind of an acquaintance, not a big friend. He was like, I like the name, so we made it as Devin Renee. And it was funny because my mother-in-law really wanted her to be Devin, or what was it, Patricia Elizabeth. And we're like, it's not going to be Patricia because my name's Patti, my mother-in-law's name is Patricia.
Okay.
And then she said, well, you could use at least Patricia for the middle name. I'm like, no. So we did it, and which, you know, that she really wanted a child named after her. But it wasn't named after anybody. And then later people said, oh, you must have named her off of the street you grew up on. I'm like, what are you talking about? I grew up on Devonshire.
Wow. So tell me about Devin because I see a vegan challenge cookbook over there. I know you're not vegan. Is Devin vegan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's been
Tell me
vegan.
about that.
Okay.
How long?
So Devin was probably, 3rd grade the first time she decided she wasn't going to eat animals. It lasted like until they had chicken nuggets on the lunch menu, and that's about it. So she had that like inkling of I'm going to not eat animals. And this is when she was young.
Right.
We never really thought, because every kid goes through that. You see some little video of little chickens, and you're like,
show you
oh.
that. Yeah.
I mean, no big deal.
Right.
Then around 6th grade, she tried again. Then her sophomore year in high school, she went vegetarian.
Okay.
She was vegetarian until her sophomore year of college. And then she called me on that. She goes, so I just wanted to call you. It's my anniversary of being a vegetarian. I go, Dad, she goes, are you going to ask me what I did? I go, what'd you do? She goes, I ate a Baconator from Wendy's. I go, what? She goes, I don't know. I just felt like I wanted a Baconator. And then about a month later, she decided, okay, I'm not eating meat anymore, and I'm going to be a raw vegan.
Raw vegan, what does that mean?
That means you can't cook, like everything is in its raw form. Nothing's cooked. Like everything, so it's really pretty much fruits and raw vegetables, which was kind of difficult.
I ate one of your cookies and one of her cookies. Did I tell the difference?
No, the way to know that is ask my husband, because you know, I wouldn't say he's so sold on the vegan thing.
Right.
And he's just like, no, you really cannot tell.
Have you all considered, so how do you eat when you go and you visit Devin? So do you eat vegan?
Yeah, we eat vegan when we're in the house. If we're at a restaurant, she doesn't care if we eat dough.
So that doesn't offend her?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So she's, you know, she's realistic.
Right.
She knows that not everybody's going to completely be down with the whole vegan thing all the time, but we respect it, we like it, it's healthy, there's nothing wrong, the food is delicious.
Right.
She does a great job with all the cooking, so why would we eat differently? It's not a big deal at all.
You don't miss it.
Not at all.
So we have incredible kids who
We do.
are very socially, emotionally self-aware. Because you know, Vee is an art psychotherapist, and we didn't even know it was
kids
a
that are
thing.
good people.
Yeah, we didn't even know it was a thing.
Right.
And it's always helping people. It's always reaching out. But Vee is very conscious. She's a foodie too. She's not a vegan, but
they come by it like regularly.
Right. She loves good, great food. Just smart and intelligent, but they're good, kind people. Vee has, she did one of her internships where she worked for this, I don't want to say retirement home, but a facility that housed people who were having cognitive issues. And they were some of our legislators. And I'm telling you, she had her first gallery showing there because she's an incredible artist as well. She has a voice of an angel. Really? Now I know that Devin is musical. She plays the guitar. And she got that from her dad.
Oh, sure.
Who
She did not get that from her mom.
Right. So he's an incredible musician as well, and just a lover of great music.
Right.
So she gets that artistry from him. What I love about our kids is that at the end of the day, they understand that they need to leave this world better than they found it.
Yes.
By helping the people that they help and encounter
Right.
and love on and share with.
Right.
So like her vegan journey, she's sharing that with everybody. The way she shares and cooks and sends it and takes things for people to their birthdays and parties like that. She's such a kind and considerate person, but she gets that directly from you.
Oh,
So like you are one of the kindest, most loving people. You have a servant's heart. And I know that it was destined that we be as close as we are.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. How'd you rest?
I rested really well. After yesterday,
Yeah,
it was nice, wasn't it?
it was so nice. I was so full.
Oh,
Like, full.
like kind of I want to roll around and just hope like something like explodes out of me. I don't, well, that sounded bad.
That did
I mean, it like,
Right.
but you know how you're just like, I can't even breathe.
Right.
It's up
Right.
here.
Right. But it was a good full. Like, I was very grateful.
Yeah.
I had a lot of reflective moments last night when I went to bed. I thought about how special our relationship is.
It is.
And that we treat it like a gift. Like, we don't
We do.
forget that we did nothing to deserve it or earn it.
We did.
We glean nothing from it but just great things.
Joy.
Yep, joy. We're in the same stages of life. Our kids are around the same age. We are at the stage where we're losing our parents. You lost your mother like a couple of years right after I lost mommy. And we got to walk each other through that, which is priceless when you have someone.
When you have to stand there and hold somebody's hand while they're dying.
You're right.
There's a bond you have with somebody who has that. You understand it. I never understood it before.
Me either.
Even when you went through it, I had not lost a parent yet.
Yeah.
I was like walking through it with you, but I didn't quite grasp the gravity of it.
You don't?
Does that make sense? It
Yes.
was like, I felt so bad for you. I know it has to be horrible. And then, wow.
Then it hits you.
Then
the weight of it.
Yeah.
But we had such amazing mothers.
Oh, I know.
And to watch them lose who they were. And to watch them not understand what was happening to them and watch them be, because our mothers weren't fearful. They were like these
I have strong women.
amazing, very strong women.
I mean, my mom was a hospice nurse. You know what I mean? It's like, these were strong women, and she retired when she was 78. You know, it's like...
Right. Mommy at 80. Who works until they're 80 years old? Except for
I hope
someone
not me.
That
I mean, I love my job.
Cheers to that. I'm not working till we're
I'm not
80.
waiting.
Right. But they loved it so much and they were so committed to it that they stayed in it. And so what an example
It was the
for
people.
us. Like, we're their legacy. Like, we carry on their commitment to the service of who they served. But to watch them be sick like that. My mother never wrestled with any chronic diseases. She never had anything wrong with her that would just take her out. I mean, so to see this at this point in her life was hard for me. And for me to be like the parent, because my mother was always a mother. Your mother was always a mother.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, one time during the whole like Alzheimer's journey. I remember she looked at me one day. She goes, "I remember when I used to be the mom."
That would have made me like I would.
It was hard because it was like, I know, and I feel really bad
but I have
that I'm
do
having
this.
to take control for like, because she'd have these moments of like clarity where things like they always say Alzheimer's patients don't know they have Alzheimer's, and they don't, because she didn't understand what was going on with her. She didn't always recognize the place she was in, but they'd have these brief moments of clarity.
That I call them gifts for us because we needed to know that's still my mom in there.
You know, I always say though, honestly, the blessing was that when my mom passed, she still knew who we were.
Yes.
Because with Alzheimer's,
you don't. Sometimes
she could have passed when she had no idea who the people were that were around her.
Right. And
so I count that as an actual blessing. And I look for the silver linings in what happened through all of that, and that she was able to still have somewhat of a life in her assisted living and do that. She was right around the corner from us, so we would go there, but she still had that autonomy to do what she wanted to do and that independence, even though it wasn't fully independent.
But she was safe.
Yes, but she didn't have to like move into our house. Even though we would gladly have taken her in, it was one of those things that she is a fiercely independent woman.
Yeah,
so,
and you want
like your mom, she wanted to be in her home.
She said, "Please keep me here."
Yes,
and I was criticized because they're like, just put her in a home, and I said I promised her. I promised that I'd keep her here and keep her until she was not safe anymore. Or that I couldn't care for her and she have dignity and die. So I was listening to an interview with Michelle Obama. And she was talking about her mother wrestling with her chronic illness, and she said her mom looked at her and she said, "It just goes so fast." And she said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Life.
It does.
It goes so fast." And I think about, I blinked and I'm 50 something now. I was 22 5 minutes ago. And
I have a 34-year-old daughter.
Correct.
How?
When did that happen?
Right.
But I think because we're having these moments and these conversations and these times together, that we won't have any regrets either.
No.
Like, it is going fast, but it's not too fast that we can't hold on and enjoy the ride.
Right, and I think part of it is being intentional on the things you do as you get older too, that you don't lose yourself in the things that don't matter.
Oh, say
you know
that
what
again.
I mean? Don't
say
lose yourself in the things that don't matter. Live the moment and the things that really matter and bring you joy, and fill your cup. Because if you don't, you would have. Life does go quick, and you'll look back and go, "I wish I shoulda, woulda, coulda."
And
you know what? Right. You know, I'll tell the story. I mean, this is when we went on our first cruise with some friends. We went to Europe, and they sat us down at dinner, and they're like, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this cruise of the Mediterranean. Do you guys want to go?" And they said, "You've always wanted to go to Europe," and we're like, "Yeah, we'll think about it." So we asked the questions. We'll think about it, and they're like, "Okay, well, let us know." And halfway through dinner, I looked up and I said, "We're in." Wow. And he goes, "Well, I think we're going to go think about it." I said, "We're in." He goes, "Well, I guess we're in." So on the way to the car, he says to me, "What? So we're in? We're not going to talk about it?" I go, "We'll talk ourselves out of it otherwise."
You're right.
So you have to look at those things. And once you do that first kind of risky move of something that it's like, I'm not sure, can I do this? How will it work out the way I want? Just do what feels good. Like, we've always wanted to do this. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. And when you do, and it's a simple like trip. I mean, but once you do something like that, you're like, I can do anything now.
So it gives you a level of freedom that you didn't understand or comprehend until you do the first jump. So you take the first jump. I totally agree with that. And people will go, "I don't know how you do it. You're always gone. You always travel." So what else is there to do? When I'm at home, I need that escape because that's work, that's church, that's commitment, that's everything, all my responsibilities. When I travel, I get to be free. I get to find my wings.
Right.
And my mother loved to travel. Now, she didn't fly, but she loved to drive places and see different things and show me different people and surround me with different folks and culture. I mean, some of my earliest memories of my mother, for me loving different foods, was that she worked for Miss Cope, this lady who was at her husband was over coke rendering, and they had money, and she exposed mommy to horseradish sauce and rare corned beef and all of these different things that were not a part of our southern black culture. And my mother had these different tastes, and she'd say, "You can make that for me." And then so full circle, I moved back to Moultrie. Miss Cope, I opened a restaurant, fine dining after 5. Guess who walks into my restaurant with her helper? Miss Cope. And she says, "I remember you before you were you." Aww. She said, "And I wanted to come and support you." And I cried because this lady that exposed my mother to all of this now was in my fine dining restaurant and was sick, but had her helper bring her. And when she died, her daughter called us and said, "Please bring Chef Vee over. Mommy has these books that she wanted her to have." And these books were these amazing, beautiful pictures with beautiful food and recipes.
You know what's great, though, is I think about what you've just said about how your mother experienced these things, came home and said, "You can make these."
Yes.
Think about the confidence our mothers had in what we were. Like, my mom was always, I would say, my biggest supporter. She was the one that was like, you're Wonder Woman, you can do whatever. And I would be like, "I can't do that. I can't do this." And she'd be like, "Just try this." And they were the people that, like, pushed us to be who we are today.
Yes.
I've seen my mom go through a midlife divorce.
Yes.
She was 52 years old when she went back to college to get her nursing degree. And when you see somebody do something like that,
incredible,
and then have an amazing career and win the Dove Award and do all, as a hospice nurse,
incredible,
do all of this stuff, it was like, wow, a person who seemed broken.
Bills.
She was broken.
She was broken, but
her life. They were almost ready to retire. Like, what just happened to me?
Right.
And then totally turned herself around. Bought our own house because they had to sell off everything.
Yeah.
Paid off her own house within early. Did all these things that when you see that strength in our mothers, it's like,
right.
Well, we have to be strong.
Correct.
We can't not be.
We don't.
They didn't teach it. Right. There's no option. For that. There was no option. It was like, you will be strong.
Right.
You can have your moment. You can feel sorry for yourself for 10 minutes and then get over it.
And let's go.
And you know what? It was honestly the best thing we ever learned from our moms.
Absolutely. So my mom didn't go through a divorce, but she went through a terrible illness with my father.
Yeah.
That he was no longer the provider. She had to make all of the decisions, take care of him, and then she spent 20 years without him.
That's rough.
20 years without him, and she met him when she was 12.
Oh,
they got married when she was 19. So that's all she ever knew. She was with my father longer than she was with her parents. But I saw this strong woman maneuver through all of that.
Right.
And find a life outside of what she thought her life would be. And so, they laid the blueprints for us. And for us to have that in common, I don't think it's haphazard. I think it's a God wink to let us be together and be with each other in that time of our lives, because you need someone. I didn't understand the weight of losing your mother either.
I remember the day you lost your mom.
Yes. We were at a conference.
We were in Washington, D.C.
And I was like...
And your daughter was living in D.C.
Yes.
And you were like, "I just don't even know what to say to her yet. I think I'm going to wait till I get there in the morning," because it was late at night, remember?
Yeah.
And it was like, and I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. I'm so sorry." And like shedding tears, like, "God, I feel so bad for her." But
you didn't get it.
Didn't get it. I thought I did, and I thought I felt so sympathetic and so good.
Right.
And now when somebody loses a parent, it's like...
It hits differently. Like, sometimes you can't even talk to them.
Right. You're just like, I get it. I get it. My husband's lost both his parents and his little brother, It was like, again,
until
you understand all that.
So, you remember when Andy lost his father, and I wanted to handwrite him a note?
Yes.
Because I knew what it felt like to lose a father. And you were like, "Oh, that's so sweet." It was out of, I know where you are.
Right.
And understand that I stand with you, and that I'm praying for you, and that I'm sorry that happened to you. Until you go through those experiences yourself, the weight of it shifted. It shifts. And I was a daddy's girl. So I didn't think my mother's death was going to affect me the way it did. You lose your breath. Your mom is your everything. I don't care how much you're celebrated by your father.
Right.
Mothers, that's that's the womb you came out of. That's the journey that you passed through. And then that's close for good.
And it also kind of brings full circle your own mortality and your daughter.
Like you're going,
my daughter is going to have to sit there and watch this one day. And
I don't know.
I'm not afraid of death. It's not like I want to die tomorrow, but I'm not afraid of it. But I never want my daughter to have to go through watching her mother die.
Right. Because it was horrible.
It was horrible.
I tell people, I said, my mother was always the one who kept me on task. And kept me straight, and my encourager, my cheerleader. And I said, to know that I was going to lose that and not be able to call her and not be able to talk to her and not be able to get that eye roll, or when you walk in the door, what's wrong? The person that can look at you and know something's wrong with you before you even really know something's wrong with you or you're displaying it, gone. You don't have that anymore. And so I think what I love about the journeys of our mothers, and I call it, I usher two parents into heaven. I think it makes you have more resources in your quiver. The resources and tools that you didn't want, but you have those now.
Yes.
That empathy, that sympathy, that capacity to understand what people are going through and the finality of it. So you realize that, hey, we're all going to leave here. One way or the other.
The empathy, when you brought up empathy, I even think of as in my role at work. Yeah. I always thought I was somewhat empathetic, and I realized I really wasn't.
You weren't.
Until you went through something really traumatic, then you're like, oh, I totally understand, like, why they need, like, those 5 days off.
Correct.
I totally understand
why. Like, well, what are you going to do for those 5 days? You
like,
come on back to work.
Right, and you didn't realize,
oh my God, you're devastated. Like, you have to talk yourself into getting dressed. Like, my mother left, and I was like, I thought I would be relieved because she was suffering. I was not relieved.
Right.
Like, you go through levels of anger and rage and confusion and disappointment and hey, I prayed, this didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but it's all for my betterment. So I know she's super proud of us. I know your mom is proud of us.
I agree.
We are like two of the most extraordinary women on this planet.
Why, thank you.
And
I know that about you.
We're changing the whole narrative. We're making death, closure, different moves of journeys of because we're now thinking about when we're going to retire, all this. We make it look good. We make it look doable. We make it look like it's a thing now. And I think when we're having these kind of conversations out loud, people see us as, okay, if Patti and Vanessa went through it, I can make this. Like a piece of encouragement. Like one of our mutual friends, Jessica Shelley, just sent her boys off to college. And she says, I'm not okay. And I said, well, I'm going to check on you. Because I know what it feels like to send a kid off to college and then be away from you.
And she's got 3 at once.
3 at once. Like they ripped off the Band-Aid.
Right. We just have one.
And I said, right. And
I can't imagine sending all 3 of your triplets.
At the same time, to different places. And I told her, I said, I will be checking on you. So I think us doing these conversations is a commitment to checking on everyone and helping them go through it and understanding that, hey, just saying, I'm here if you need to talk.
Yeah, just even like those random texts, like just thinking about you today, hope you have a good day. Yeah. Somebody you haven't talked to you in a long time. Or somebody, it doesn't have to be a long conversation, or you got this, you're going to have a great week.
Just a check-in.
Yeah, it's like those are the good things that come from the relationships that we built. Like, we have those people who do that to us, so we in turn make sure we're like paying it forward. We're giving it to other people. I think it's really important because the world's hard right now.
The world is so hard.
And you can't let it get you down.
You can't. And it does sometimes. You got to reset. Like, you got to just mull over it and say, okay, now, enough of this. We got to... Right,
because if we get caught in it, it perpetuates it.
It does. It makes it worse.
Yeah, we have to make sure that no matter what, we're going to rise above it. We're just going to be kind people.
So, I guess what I need to say is thank you for being my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for being my sister. And the gift of you is priceless. And I
feel the same about you.
I love myself some Patti. I really do. I love being here with you. I love being here in Arizona. I love us cooking together, talking together. Like, we could talk until we're brain dead because we just have so many things in common. But what I love about you is that you just master that whole persona of like you're people don't know you're a financial genius when it comes to our programs and how you run it, but you are an artist when it comes to communication, and the way I say that is you speak to be understood, but you listen to understand, and not a lot of people know that, and not a lot of people practice that. And if you do those two things, you can get through any situation. And I've just watched you as an artist say, so what I hear you saying is, what I understand you to say is, hey, let's think about this, because this is what I'm thinking. And when you say those, that's like painting strokes and colors on a whole canvas of conversations that may be hard, may be difficult, maybe like all convoluted, but you're an artist. And you clear it up with the conversations that you have.
It's funny. I appreciate you saying that. I wouldn't say I always feel like I'm like that, and I wouldn't say I've always been like that.
Wow.
So as you get older too, you start, here's the biggest thing is watch the people around you and learn from the people around you. Absolutely. People like you, people like Jeremy, people like all these other close friends of ours that we watch this, and you see you can always grow and you can always learn.
Absolutely.
And I think it was like I was a little, I'm a very type A personality.
Right.
Want everything the way I like it, and thought everybody should do it my way. And as you start to grow in your leadership journey, you realize it's not always going to be the way you like it. Right. Empower them to do what they need to do, and start listening. And it's okay to say you were wrong. I can't tell you how many times we'll sit in an office, somebody will tell me something, I'll be like, yeah, I'll listen to them. I think, well, it probably will still work the way we are. And then maybe even an hour, 2 days later, I might walk in and go, okay, I've thought about it.
And that was wrong.
You guys are right. Let's just try it.
Right.
What's it going to hurt?
Right.
Just try it. If it doesn't work, we'll fix it. And I think that that's one of the things that I wish more people, I'm not talking just work, in the world,
in life,
would start realizing you don't have to hold so firm to everything you personally think is exactly how things should go. We need to learn to compromise.
Preaching choir.
Because this is not happening in the world right now.
Right.
Compromise, and to realize that you don't always get to win everything. Mm-hmm. And if you don't win everything, you're really more of a winner than you realized you were. Because it teaches you, it's learning opportunities to not win. Correct. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's like, before we used to think that we are stronger, better if we are always winning. It's like, but winning isn't getting everything you want. That's not winning.
It's not.
And then when you realize that in your life, it will change everything.
Yeah. Because right is overrated.
Yeah, sometimes
and it's
sometimes I'm okay to not be right.
Your
I'm like,
filter's dirty. Your filter's dirty because what you see to be right has been colored with your opinions, your beliefs, what you know to be true, but because of the way you were raised. Because
you have one lens.
You have one lens. And that's why you need people that are not like you in your circle that bring balance.
Oh, don't always have everybody around you that's exactly like you, because that is not a good thing.
No, you need balance. You need people to bring different perspectives into it. And that's why I really love spending time with you, because you bring balance to the conversation. And I hope I do that for you.
You do. How many times have we called you and been like, okay, Vanessa, talk to me about this.
Right.
Like, talk to me, because we have a different lens, a different perspective on everything, and we need to understand other people's perspective to be able to be better with people in general.
But there's a gift in safety of conversation.
Yeah, you have
there's
to find
a
your
gift of safety in understanding. I love that at this point in my life, I was almost 20 years old when my nephew was born. And now that I can sit across a counter and he can guide me on things that I'm doing in this second part of my life, helping me have these conversations with my incredible friends, helping me travel all over the world, showing up to allow me to put out into the universe what I need to put out into the universe. And I'm just grateful for that, because I don't know 25 years ago if I would have listened to him, if I would have respected what he was saying. But when people are an expert in their fields, and you know they're great at something, then you surround yourself in that greatness, and it helps you be better at whatever you're trying to accomplish.
And you have to realize too, he doesn't want you to fail.
Correct.
So he's not going to give you bad advice.
No.
He wants you to be successful. He wants you to be good, and he loves you.
That's right.
And that's the thing. You have to have the people who really care about you around, because they're going to help you, even if it's the hard things that you don't want to hear sometimes.
Correct. Well,
You and I have both had some conversations with each other. Like, I'll be like, "No, Vanessa,
you're wrong.
Vanessa, I really think you're looking at this a little bit wrong." But of course, I haven't like experienced everything you have, and you've done the same to me. Maybe you haven't. But at the same time, it gets me thinking. I'm like, oh, like I said yesterday, you're thought provoking.
Right.
I like that about me. It makes me think about things in a different way.
Yeah, because I know
which
sometimes
is good.
Because I have a little stinky attitude sometimes, and you can help me with that.
I'm an Italian. Hey, I'm a Scorpio, born in the year of the dragon. I'm Italian. I just,
you got
it was like the triple whammy, you know what I mean? And so they're like, is she strong-willed? You think?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, sometimes I need to temper myself.
Right, we do.
You know?
But I just want to say, this has been an incredible weekend. I want to thank you for being so amazing here to me. Cheers to you, sister. I love
and
you.
I want to tell you thank you for even thinking of me on this and being your inaugural.
Absolutely. This has been incredible. It's been a great week.
It's been a great week.
All right.
I'm sorry about the weather. Other than that, it's been fine. Because we could have been sitting outside this morning.
Just no dust.
But we want to look decent for this.
All right. Well, cheers to you. Love you.
Cheers to you. Love you too.